All right, welcome to segment 4. Still in our preparation phase, getting ready for something real, the most important of all the phases, the hardest work, the least amount of fun. The other phases are going to be much more enjoyable to talk about, much more like practical, real world stuff. But it's kind of like in any sport. If you want to, let's say you want to run a marathon. The fun part is running the marathon, right? They're all cheering you on the side of the road, and there's people out there handing you water, and there's a finish line, and it's the race day is a blast. But if you want to have a good race day, it's all about preparation. Okay? Same thing. You want a great relationship, you want to meet someone, you want to fall in love, you want a great relationship. That's the fun part. But it's all about preparation. Because relationships are not easy, right? They're not easy. If you don't know that, you're living on planet Mars. Relationships, the divorce rate's high. And then the people who stay together, they don't really love each other sometimes. So the number of relationships that are really good and really healthy and getting better over time is minuscule. So it's a challenge for two people to live together in harmony and intimacy and to support each other in creativity and aliveness. But it's possible. But it doesn't happen very much because most people go to race day and they just start running. And they can't make it 26 miles. They can't make it 26 feet because they're not prepared. So that's what we're up to, is we are preparing. Coaching with Roy is about preparing and getting ready so that you can create something amazing. Now, we have let go of our attachments and aversions, so there's space in our heart for somebody new. We have discarded this whole faith and love thing about I'm going to meet some person that's going to make me happy and make me whole and fix a problem in my life or something that my parents did to me. All that stuff's got to be dropped. So we're in a place where there is room in our heart, but there's no hole in our heart. Okay? Now, what we want to go into now is a set of commitments, like a blueprint. Kind of like your manifesto about the way you're going to be in the dating world. In other words, these are the principles. These are the commitments. Here is how I'm going to function as a dater. If you date me, I'm showing up like this. I'm going to act this way. This is the framework, the boundaries, the blueprint, whatever words you want to put on it. These are the core commitments of conscious dating. Saying, I'm going to go in the dating world and I am going to act in these ways. Forget about how anybody else does it. For me and my house, for me and my soul, I am committed to acting these ways in all of my dating experiences. So what I want to do is I want to walk you through the 5 core commitments of conscious dating, what I kind of call the dater's manifesto. And I'm going to ask you to buy into these fully. And I'm going to ask you to send me a question or work with me directly if you don't understand them, or if you don't know how to apply them, or if you want to take them deeper, or if you disagree. Okay? But without these 5 things, you won't create a good relationship. Period. Okay? That's not even debatable. Remember I said capital T truth? No, that is. Okay, these 5... Well, maybe not. But these 5 are that important, all right? So I'm going to walk you through a series of PowerPoints here. We're going to take one PowerPoint per situation, okay? So the first one on your screen, you can see there the 5 core commitments of conscious dating. And they're reciprocal or counter commitment. So I'm going to share what the commitment is, and I'm going to share what the opposite of it is, just for the contrast, to make it fun, to make it more powerful, more interesting, and you get a better reflection from it. So the first one's about responsibility. So the commitment is this: I commit to taking full responsibility for every aspect of my dating experience, including the kind of person I attract, how I'm treated, and the patterns I experience. So I'm committed to taking responsibility for whatever I experience in the dating world. In other words, I am not going to blame the people I date, the experiences I'm in, or how I'm treated on someone else. I'm going to see that I am the source. I am the creator of my experience. And I'm going to take responsibility for that, because when I take responsibility for my experience, if I recognize I'm the one in charge of it, then I'm the one who can change it. If you see yourself as at the effect of the people you date and the way they treat you and the whole dating scene, if you're a victim, then that means you're powerless and you can't change it, and you're going to be miserable. So it's the choice to say, I'm responsible for what happens to me and for who I attract and for how that whole thing goes, versus I commit to being a victim, blaming the people I date and or the entire dating scene for the condition of my love life and my dating experience. I think there's a typo there. I'm not perfect. So that's the first one, responsibility. Committing to take full responsibility. The second one, you'll see on your screen, is the word allies. This commitment says, I commit to seeing every person I date and every experience I encounter, past, present, or future, as an ally, perfectly suited to help me learn the most important things for my growth. Versus, I commit to seeing the people and the circumstances in my dating experience as mistakes, as problems, or as impediments to me getting what I most want. So this one is all about how you see your dates and the people that you interact with in the dating world. This is about saying that I believe that every person that comes into my life, I'm supposed to learn something from them. So they may not say something nice to me. They may reject me. They may do this, that, or the other thing. But I believe that I've invited them into my life because I'm responsible. I've invited them into my life. They are my allies on some level. They are here. I might date them for 1 date, 1 week, 1 month, 10 years. But they are my ally for me to see something about myself and grow. Versus, that was a mistake. That person was a jerk. That problem, having negative points of view about all your people you date. And see, there's a big shift there between it's negative and it was bad for me and hurtful versus no, it might have been hurtful, but it's for my growth. That's a huge shift to seeing everything as an ally to support your growth. Okay? Third, candor. I commit to revealing rather than concealing, meeting each dating experience with openness, honesty, and candor. Versus, I commit to withholding my truth, facts, feelings, things I imagine, and speaking in a way that allows me to manipulate an outcome or control my image. This candor one is huge. I know you want honesty in the dating world. You want people to be honest with you. You don't want people to be deceptive. Forget them. This is your commitment to say that I am going to reveal what's on the inside and make it known on the outside. I am not going to conceal feelings, decisions, intentions. I'm going to date with openness and honesty and complete candor. Okay? That's something you've got to commit to. Fourthly, integrity. I commit to dating with integrity, expressing my true feelings and intentions and keeping my agreements. Versus, I commit to playing games by misleading or deceiving the people I date and breaking my agreements with them. So this is a huge one about being a person of integrity. If you give somebody your number and they call, answer the phone. Or don't give them your number. If you say, I'm going to call you, call them. If you say we're going to go out again, then go out again. Keep your agreements. Commit to acting with integrity. Sharing where you are in your relationship. Not deceiving, not misleading. Let a person know I'm into you or I'm not into you. Let them know I don't want to move forward in this relationship. Don't leave them hanging. Don't play games. So this one is about your integrity in your relationships. Now, let's move on to the final one. This one is called source. I commit to being the source of my emotional needs for approval, attention, security, worthiness, love, and not projecting and assigning those jobs to my partners. We just talked about that faith and love. So this is about, I'm committed to being the source of my own emotional needs. And I'm not going to project it and make it your job to make me feel safe and secure and loved and worthy and all of that. Okay? Versus, I commit to believing that it's my date's and or my partner's job to make me feel safe, worthy, wanted, enhance my self-image, and give me the love and attention I need to feel whole. Okay? This is huge. These are all huge. These are the 5 core commitments of a conscious dater. I am not going to go in the dating world and project my needs onto someone else and say it's your job. I'm sourcing them myself. I'm going to go out with integrity. I'm going to keep my agreements. I'm going to say what I mean and mean what I say. I'm not going to play games. I'm going to be candid. I'm going to reveal rather than conceal. I'm going to share, make my inner conversation public. I have clients come in my office all the time and they tell me about this, this, and this, and I say, well, have you told them that? Well, no, I haven't said that to them. Well, you need to say that to them about what you're feeling, what you're wanting, what's happening for you, where you are in this relationship. You need to reveal. There can be no secrets in a good relationship. And you want to be a person as you're dating to not be deceptive and manipulative and misleading. Okay? And then you want to see everybody as an ally. Every person that you've dated has been drawn into your life to give you a gift, to teach you something. So they're all blessings. They're all allies for you, even if they did something horrible. And then responsibility of just saying, I'm responsible for the way the whole thing unfolds. Okay? So those are the 5 core commitments of being a conscious dater. And again, we're going to talk more about this, but what you put out is what you get back. So the concern is always, well, yeah, I do that. Well, I haven't met hardly anyone who lives this way consistently. Okay? But people mostly say, what about them? Are they in integrity? Are they taking responsibility? Are they candid? Well, forget about them. You just have to say, this is the way I'm going to date. This is the way I'm going to show up. I'm playing the game this way. This is how I'm dancing. This is the music that's driving me on the dance floor. But what you're going to find is that you will attract someone who reciprocates. Because you always attract after your own kind. There's the mirror effect. We're going to talk about that coming up. Okay? So you just commit to being this way. You forget about everybody else. Say, I'm going to date this way. I'm going to handle myself like this. And then you watch what happens in your life. All right? We'll come back in a moment. See you next time.